wheelchairs, when you measure someone for a wheelchair, what, do you have any idea how you would get an idea for that? Because there is a question on this. Because I don't think we went over that. So you measure them with a ruler, or whatever you want to use, and you go from greater trochanter to greater trochanter, and then you add 2 inches, ideally, okay? You go from greater trochanter to greater trochanter, and then you add 2 inches, ideally. And then you work with them trying to get them into a standard chair, but sometimes that doesn't work, especially if you've got someone who's really put a lot of weight on and stuff. And then to do seat depth, you measure from the back of the hip all the way to the bend of the knee. And then you take off 2 to 3 inches.
Can you do this while they're sitting in like a standard chair? Or do they have to be standing up?
No, you want them sitting. They can't, you want them sitting to measure. You're gonna measure from the back of the hip. Like someone was sitting here, you measure from the back of the hip all the way to the bend of the knee. So you would take that measurement and take off 2 to 3 inches. And if you're doing the width, you're gonna measure from greater trochanter to greater trochanter and add 2 inches. What is the standard seat height? 19.5 to 20 inches. What is a low seat height? 17.5 to 18 inches. So however, it actually is 17.5 and 19.5. Why they do that to us, I don't know. But anyway, those are standards that you need to look at. If you had a standard chair that was 20 inches high, and you needed to put you needed them to be able to get up underneath a table or underneath maybe a bathroom cabinet, how high would you think you need to add? If this is 20 inches, how tall do you think the table needs to be? Anywhere from 9 to 10 inches, right? You're going to have to add that so it'll clear that, so they can get up underneath that. So kind of think about that. I got really into trouble years ago because I had a paraplegic that was 6'6". And he was a mechanic. He should have had a better mind too about it, but it was one of the first chairs I ever ordered. And so I got him a chair that was 22 inches high. And so what we ended up having to do was redo a lot of his furniture in his house. And he came from a wealthy family. They were redoing his bathroom and everything anyway. But it really messed up his life in other people's houses because he could not get his wheelchair underneath most tables. So you do have to, it's always been in my mind after I did that, that you have to kind of think about table heights and whether they can get the chair. And y'all probably dealt with that some. Have y'all been out eating out? And you've already ran into some problems just getting around stuff in those chairs. It's not a fun thing to be in a wheelchair, is it? It's a good thing to look at. Any questions on that?
So you add 2 inches to the width and then subtract 3 inches from
2 to 3. Yeah. So if you have, depending on, because you want to, if you can possibly stay standard, you're going to do that. So 2 to 3 is what I say.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Normally you could do some back heights and stuff like that, but they're pretty, on most chairs now you can adjust them. So it's not too much of an issue. But I'd say those are the 3 probably most important measurements.
You said 9 inches?
Yeah, add about 9 to 10 inches on your table height. Okay, so we will start. Where did we start last time? Over there, over here? We're going to start over here, you guys. What would you like? Would you like? We have wheelchair parts. We have gait training. We have COPD, COPD 2, Part 1, and norms.
We'll try norms.
You're going to start with norms. Okay. What are the normal hemoglobin levels for a male? 14 to 18.
Oh, no.
Do you know the one for the female?
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, good.
That's what, 200?
Yeah, but, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go here, I think, next. Where do y'all want? What y'all decide? Norms? So y'all know your norms because y'all just have that test. See, aren't you glad I quizzed you? See, what, you wouldn't have studied that hard otherwise. Okay, so.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
What are the norms for the sodium levels?
70 to 110? No.
No, that is 135.
Yes. 135 to 145. And then just tell me, what are you not, when are you not gonna treat them? Do you remember?
125 to 150.
The 1 to 50. Good. Wonderful. This will just work 100. Okay. What would y'all like?
Norms.
Norms. What are the normal potassium levels? Very good. You remember what, when you don't treat them?
3.2 to 5.1.
Woo, y'all have those. Very good. We need to have more norms for the test, don't we?
No, not this one, no.
Obviously, I'm getting good grades already.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the bottom number was.
What would y'all like? Oh.
Just making sure Ryan's in his wheelchair.
Just came in the dock.
What y'all?
Jake training.
Jake training.
As soon as you get on campus, not when class starts.
See this shiny boy right
Just checking to make sure they're in them?
Do what?
Are you checking to make sure they're in their wheelchairs?
Well, I knew Ryan was not because I saw him walk into the library.
Oh, he's in it now.
It's a miracle.
Okay, so what, if you have a patient on crutches, what is the stair sequence to go upstairs? What do they step up with first and how does that go? What goes up first?
The good leg, and then the crutches, with the back leg.
Right, so the crutches and the bad leg come up. So the good leg first, good go up, remember that. Okay, next group,
Wheelchair parts.
wheelchair parts.
Dakari wants to know if he could be unmuted. And I guess he has some questions about the test.
I don't know that I.
He probably just doesn't know we're not closing or something.
Shikari, can you not unmute yourself?
Yeah.
I don't think I've got you muted. I think you just did.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you can mute people, I thought.
Yeah, you can, but I didn't do that. Okay, now talk to us. When I normally unmuted, when I did a Zoom class this summer, you were able to unmute yourself, I think, Dakari. And so it should be on your phone somewhere.
He said I'm talking.
Pardon?
He said I'm talking.
Is your volume turned up?
Probably not.
Maybe that's what he means.
So let's see if we can, so
I
he's
think it's on this side, a
talking.
little up there, a little up there. See, maybe that's what he's talking.
You want me to go get some milk?
Yeah, tell him I need to set up the volume on there.
It's kind of the opposite of empathy.
If y'all can hear me, come on, you might get out of your chair.
Okay.
Except while I'm playing. That's all right.